Hey everyone, so it's Tuesday and the topic this week is community and yeah, all of that good stuff. So, why is it important to have a trans slash queer community? It's kind of pretty simple. To be around people who understand what you're going through, even if it's slightly different than everyone else's. Like that you can actually like find someone that you can talk to that can relate to what you're talking about. And to also to get shit done in an institutional standpoint. Like like in the sense of like the government and like trying to have like trans and queer issues be like prevalent in society and like academic institutions and the workplace and all of that good stuff. Because if you don't have a community, what's going to get done? So we need a community so that we're able to like get things done in an institutional level, not just like you have to have the institutional, societal, governmental, like all of those things, all of those institutions, and you have to work on all of that. And to have people who are out and noticed in a certain community really helps that way. Okay, so what communities do you consider yourself a part of, and how do you benefit slash contribute to them? It's really hard because I always feel like I am very rejected from the communities I'm in, as in like I identify as a trans person, and I always feel like I'm rejected from parts of the trans community because I like don't have the same story as a like I don't have the same like linear, I say this very loosely type of story, which people always think that there's like one specific story that you always follow. Like I knew since I was a little kid, and like I knew what I wanted, and blah blah blah, and like from that's what that's what some people think, and it's not true because all stories are different. But in the sense of like how I'm a trans person, and I've been told by multiple people in the trans community that I'm not trans because I still identify it to a part of like a feminine nature, which I think is complete and utter bullshit. But it happens, and people keep saying, "Well, if you don't identify as a full man, then why are you transitioning?" And I'm just like, "Oh my god, I don't want to deal with you." But I also identify as a person of color, which is a new community that I'm finding myself in. Because I never really accounted for my race in not in any aspect, so I pretty much kind of just grew up with the mentality that like I knew I was different and it was okay not having like friends that liked like me and like could understand the like racial struggles or like the racial like benefits and stuff like that. I also identify as queer, which that's just a whole worm. That's just a whole mess of worms right there. Just because I'm very iffy on that. I only say queer just to like encompass everything because my sexuality is more confusing than my gender identity. I think, anyways. Also like there are also more communities that I identify with like the nerd community, the non-misogynist nerd community that like that's okay with having empowered female and queer identified characters and creating all of these amazing things, and I identify as a musician and all of that community, but like I'm not really part of that. Like I want to be, but I'm not. I think some of the benefits I get is just to be around people that like can understand what I'm going through, and like even if it's not exactly the same, I love like people's different viewpoints on things. Like this is why I love hanging out with like very like not very like binary trans people, just so I could like see the different perspective that they have. They're just like, I knew that I was like not this gender but the other gender and nothing more. That is it. We are good, done. And so I always love hearing like the side of that because like I know that it's different, and I love like understanding. where other people come from and how they see themselves and stuff like that, which is really cool. And I just contribute being myself and trying to be out there and all of that good stuff, which kind of just puts in perspective how much I want to be out and how being out is really important, even though I'm having an inner hormonal struggle of me being out at this new university. Anyways, what makes the community safe and unsafe? Being around people that like can support you and understand that like things are different for everyone and that we should respect each other. That's really it. And if it's unsafe, like it's people who are being very negative towards you and the others around you, and that you either feel emotionally, mentally, or physically threatened, that can be a big factor. And like socially, if you feel socially like rejected, that community I believe is unsafe, because I believe that I was rejected a part of like a community and I left and I'm so much better now. But yeah, that's just that's the main thing. If like if you feel like you're being not necessarily attacked, but more or less like if you are becoming like sort of like unstable or like uncertain, and the people in your community are not aware or not willing to fix anything, then you should leave. Which actually brings up how I was in marching band my first couple of years at college at the university that I went to, and I was completely ostracized for coming out in my section. And like marching band, like there's like this overarching stereotype that there's like a really strong click factor. That is 100% true. Like some bands might not have it. I know that mine did, and I felt completely and utterly alone in the section that I was in, and it was completely and utterly horrible. And when I addressed this, like everyone thought that I was crazy and that like nothing happened. And fortunately, one person stopped up and like saw. She didn't see what was going on, but she understood that like we talked and she understood and she apologized, and now she's actually like really cool and really nice, and she was congratulating me on like starting testosterone and stuff, which is really cool. So yeah, this video is like really long, so I hope you guys are having a happy Tuesday. I know I'm like chilling in my bed, and it's really cool and nice outside, and so I might like get some food or something. So I hope you guys have an awesome Tuesday, and I will see you next week. Alright.